So you got a lot of, where you at now?
I'm sorry, I was reading. Yeah.
Read that again.
Isaiah 49:1 again. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken ye people from far. The Lord hath called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother have he made mention of my name. Meaning the Heavenly Father, he knew us in the spirit world. Before we came on the planet Earth, we were in the spirit world. So the Apostle Paul talked about a physical world, which we're in now, but he also talked about a spirit world. That's where the Heavenly Father dwells, the angels, you know.
Speaking on the spirit world, what's her name?
Angie Stone.
Angie Stone died in a car accident. I'm gonna explain what she's experiencing right now. She's gonna hover around. She's gonna hover around her family members and loved ones, and certain weird things are gonna happen in the house, but they don't know that that's her.
That makes sense. I remember when my father died in 2012. You know, I was messing with this woman, actually. And I remember I had woke up and I was looking at her. It was probably between 2 or 3 a.m. And anyway, I looked at her and I said, "Are you good?" And she was like, "Yeah." So the following morning, she called me. And she said, "Look, I got to tell you something." I said, "What's up?" And she was like, you know, I felt the presence, you know, when we were sleeping last night. Like I felt the presence that came in the room and came on the side of the bed. I assume her side. And now it makes sense. That was my father. Because right around the time frame that she told me that my father had died. So he was probably hovering around, like Apostle Tara is saying. Do you see how spiritual these men are? You niggas want to follow a nigga like Al-Azhar. You gotta be kidding me.
You don't know that it's her. The light might go on.
Also, I had went to his house within that same week, and I fell asleep in the dining room. And when I woke up, I felt strange, but it felt like it was a presence in that house, and that was my father.
The smoke detector might start beeping and there's no smoke. That's her coming, because the most I let you buzz around for a couple of days.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? And people don't understand, because you don't have a spiritual eye.
Right.
So you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, there was.
You tell people, look, when she died, you're gonna see some little bit of weird shit going on for about a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
That's the spirit, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's heavy. You said that. There was one video I was watching. I read the story on this plane crash in Chicago, and the plane crashed real violently. And people said where the plane crashed, they were seeing lights. Like lights was, you know, buzzing around.
Yo, those are the spirits. Those are the spirits.
And then people were saying that not too far from where the plane crashed, the houses there, people would show up and knock and say, "Have you seen my luggage? Have you seen my luggage?"
Oh.
And then just disappear.
Oh, shit, look at that.
I got it in my phone, the story.
Well, even Yahweh Shai told, who was it? He told the thing Mary Magdalene, was it, or somebody? He said, "Look, don't touch me, because I haven't risen yet."
I haven't risen.
You know? So he came in a body, but he was like, "Look, you can't touch me because I haven't risen to my father yet," you know?
Imagine that, man.
So,
You knock on your door, you go there, you see a person.
Yeah.
Have you seen my luggage? And then the person just disappears.
Wow.
That would freak anybody.
Oh, man.
Now, they got YouTube videos of different nurses, mostly like Edomite nurses, and they tell you their experiences, and they all see spirits, man. There's one nurse, I don't forget her name, I lost her page, I gotta find it back, Edomite looking nurse, and she goes into a whole lot of stories, like spiritual things that happen, and she said she was over a shift, and this man died, right? So she was over a shift driving home, and there was a dude running. And the dude ran up to her and said, asked him, where can I go to the bathroom or something, like whatever. And then she knew it was a spirit. So she said, go to the light. And he said, okay. And he just go into the light. So spirits linger around.
Yeah.
So guess what? Angie Stone is in the spiritual realm and she's feeling good.
Yeah.
And what's that song? And I'm feeling fine. You know that song. know, who sung that? What's her name? What's the chick's name? The dark-skinned chick.
The way you sing it.
The Sex in the City theme song. Okay, wow. So he goes to jail, man. Show it.
There you go. Ghost of Flight 191. Lingering spirits of a Chicago disaster. Let's see it for yourself. Told you I was reading about it. I was reading about it, and I was like,
remember
wow.
they told a story. You showed me the video. This guy that got knocked out in the back of the turn of the century, he got kicked in the chest by a horse, and I believe the doctor said don't fight because you're not healed correctly. And he went ahead and fought anyway, and he got knocked out. He got knocked out because his body wasn't right because of that. He wasn't healed. How you doing? So he got knocked out, and when he got knocked out, he died. And the guy was counting to 10, and you saw a light come from the body. You was the one that told me the story. You showed me the video. So the guy died, and then the rest started counting, and then you saw a white light.
Oh yeah, y'all showed me that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was across the bar.
Got a precept for that. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 20. All go unto one place, the spiritual realm, or the third heaven, or the fourth dimension. All are of the dust. So every man, woman, and child came from the dust, period. And all turn to dust again, period. Verse 21. Who knows the spirit of man that go upward into the spiritual realm, and the spirit of the beast that go downward to the earth, and the beasts are not judged because they are in order. They're a beast, okay?
I'll read a little bit of this. It says, on May 25th, 1979.
Kind of looked and smiled. Oh, they hear this
On May 25th, 1979, one of the most horrifying disasters in Chicago and American history took place at O'Hare International Airport when American Airlines Flight 191 literally fell from the sky, killing all of the 271 passengers and crew on board. The flight was meant to be a non-stop journey from Chicago to Los Angeles, but it never left the Windy City, and it left an eerie haunting behind. Okay, I just want to get to the point. There's a lot to read there. This goes into how the plane crashed.
And hold on deck, 2nd Corinthians 5. We're going to start from the top.
I'll get there.
Okay, here we go. A number of ghost stories followed in the wake of the crash. According to Des Plaines police officers, motorists began reporting odd sights within a few months of the crash. They called in about seeing odd bobbing white lights in the field where the aircraft had gone down. First thought to be flashlights carried by ghoulish souvenir hunters. Officers responded to the reports only to find the field was silent and deserted. No one was ever found, despite patrols arriving on the scene almost moments after receiving a report. More unnerving, though, were the accounts that came from the residents of the nearby mobile home park, which was adjacent to the crash site. Many of these reports came within hours of the crash, when residents came to hear knocking and rapping sounds at their doors and windows. Those who responded included a number of retired and off-duty police and firefighters opened their doors to find no one was there. Dogs in the trailer park
Say no want his knowledge to come out.
endlessly. Animals can see spirits.
They got deeper insight than us. Hey, I get this sometimes about 4 in the morning. I'm half asleep and I hear the bell ring. You get up, there's nobody fucking here. You know?
Yeah. Dogs in the trailer park would bark endlessly at the empty field where the plane had gone down. Their owner or owners could find no reason for their erratic behavior. This continued for weeks.
Them spirits lingered around for weeks, and then eventually the Most High summoned them home, you know?
Yeah. This continued for weeks and months, and even escalated to the point that the doorknobs were being turned and rattled. Footsteps were heard approaching the trailers, clanging on the metal stairs, and on some occasions, actual figures were confronted. According to some reports, a few residents opened their doors to find a worried figure who stated that he had to get his luggage or had to make a connection standing on their porch.
That's some creepy ass shit.
The figure didn't turn.
But it shouldn't be.
Yeah, right.
Because you tell them, look, you died. You died in that plane crash. Just follow the light. You see that light, follow.
Yeah.
You know, like you're giving them directions, right?
Yeah.
Look, man, you see that light?
Did you hear the horn? Okay, after Apostle Tahar instructed us what to do, did you hear the horn? Let's hear it again.
He had to get his luggage or had to make a connection standing on their porch.
That's some creepy ass shit.
The figure didn't turn.
But it shouldn't be.
Yeah, right.
Because you tell them, look, you died. You died in that plane crash. Just follow the light. You see that light, follow.
Yeah.
You know, like you're giving them directions, right?
Yeah.
Look, man, you see that light?
Can't make this up. So this is Mark 16 and verse 19. So then after the Lord Yahushua has spoken unto them, he was received up into heaven and set on the right hand of the Most High, as he presently sits. Verse 20. And they went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them and confirming the word with signs following. So how was Apostle Tahar's word confirmed? Via that horn. When he made that statement, that spiritual statement, we heard a horn blow. So Yahushua working with them, the apostles, and confirming their words with signs, such as that horn that blew. Tawab.
There, follow that light. Okay, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a Twilight Zone episode, I think it's called Ring a Ding Girl.
That's pretty much it. Let me... This is 1 Timothy 5 and 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. So Apostle Tahar has been in this truth. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Kakadash for 40 years. And the rest of the apostles are pushing 40 years, okay? As well as the bishops of Connecticut. Last precept. You know what? I think I have one more. But nevertheless. This is a Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. So we cleave to the apostles of Great Millstone, okay? We cleave to them. Verse 34. Again, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Verse 35. Be willing to hear every godly discourse. And how do we do this? By going on their pages, okay? And by watching their videos as well when they are on the highways and the byways. And let not the parables of understanding escape you. Watch their videos. Verse 36. And if you see a man of understanding, such as the apostles and the bishops, give you betimes unto him, and let your foot wear the steps of his door. So we supposed to bring in heavy traffic, okay, to get more understanding. And that traffic is us. All right, because we're still learning as well. So every time the apostles drop a video, as well as the bishops, and I know it's extremely hard because there are so many videos that are coming out, and I got to get better at that too. We should be watching their videos daily because it's a heap of knowledge, okay, that is spewing out of their mouths. Lord will, this was an edifying video. Shalom.